Okay, now we are going to deal with matching type of questions. Usually, matching question type appears in Ielts reading part 3. But you never know. Any type of questions may appear in any part of Ielts reading. Okay, so you cannot say this type of questions is specific to part A, part B, part 1, part 2 and part 3. Alright, we've got questions 7 to 13 and they say match each statement with the correct theory. You got to match a statement with the theory. They have given the list of theories. Now, for your kind information, questions and the passage, they are not in order. But the good news is, 3 theories they have given us, A, B, C. These 3 theories are in order. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to go back to the passage and there we are going to underline these theories. One is Hamiltonian, Jeffersonian, Jacksonian. So look for the word Hamiltonian. Paragraph G, Hamiltonian. And H is Jeffersonian. And next is H, second part is Jacksonian. So have you seen this? They are in order. Now you have located 3 parts. And what you have to do, first you will read about Hamiltonian. And then you will come back to all the questions because you know theories are 3 and questions are 7. It means one option may be used twice or thrice. That is also possible. So let's come to Hamiltonian. Please come back. Paragraph G, Hamiltonian. Okay, the Hamiltonian view, which is similar to the Platonic view, is that people are born with different levels of intelligence. Underline that. People are born with different levels of intelligence and that those who are less intelligent need the good offices of the more intelligent to keep them in line. One thing is people are born with different levels of intelligence. Let's go on. Whether they are called government officers or in Plato's term, philosopher kings. Now what is that? Plato's terminology and what is that? Philosopher kings. Bernstein and Murray seem to have shared this belief when they wrote about the emergence of cognitive high IQ elite, which eventually would have to take responsibility for the largely irresponsible masses of non-elite low IQ people who cannot take care of themselves. Now low IQ, underline high IQ, underline low IQ people, and what is it that they cannot do? They cannot take care of themselves. Left to themselves, the unintelligent would create, as they always have created, the kind of chaos. So who is going to create the kind of chaos? Less intelligent people. So now listen, this type of reading is called skim reading. What do we call it? Now we have skim read and we know there are a couple of questions which are related to this. Now we are going to go to the questions and we will read each question carefully because we have to solve other 2 theories as well. Question number 7. It is desirable for the same possibilities to be open to everyone. Underline desirable, underline same possibilities open to everyone. Did they discuss anything like this? No. Leave it. Now come to question number 8. No section of society, underline no section of society, should have preferential treatment at the expense of another. Underline preferential treatment, expense of another. So did they say anything about it? But you are reading questions carefully because when you read the next paragraph about Jeffersonian, these questions will click you there, right? Question number 9. People should only gain benefits on the basis of what they actually achieve. So people gain benefit what they achieve, underline that. Question number 10. Variation in intelligence begins at birth. Does it ring a bell? Yes. Please come back. Platonic view is that people are born with different levels of intelligence and variation in intelligence. What is the word for variation in intelligence? Different levels of intelligence and begins at birth means people are born. So question number 10 answer is A. Why E? Not paragraph. Theory. Okay, yeah. List of theories. Now do one thing which will save your time. Cross number 10. 10 number. Cross kar de. Now you will not read it again. When you come back second time, you will not read number 10 again. Let's go on. The more intelligent people should be in positions of power. Now, what is that positions of power? Okay, positions of power. All right. Let's read this second line of paragraph G. Different levels of intelligence, and that those who are less intelligent need the good offices of the more intelligent to keep them in line. All right. So less intelligent need the good offices of the more intelligent people to keep them in line, whether they are called government officials or, in Plato's term, philosopher kings. So government officials are people in power. So the more intelligent people should be in positions of power. Now, what is the word for positions of power? Government officials, Plato's term, philosopher kings. So they are people in power. For question number 11, more intelligent people should be positions or in positions of power. Answer is A. Now cross number 11 as well. And if you don't cross it, you will read it again and then you realize, ye to pehle hi ho gaya. I've done it already. Question number 12. Everyone can develop the same abilities. No, leave it. Question number 13. People of low intelligence are likely to lead uncontrolled lives. Last line. People who cannot take care of themselves, left to themselves, the unintelligent would create, as they always have created, a kind of chaos. People of low intelligence are likely to lead uncontrolled lives. And what is for uncontrolled lives? Kind of chaos they are going to create. So for question number 13, answer is? Now, how many questions have we done? 3. And will we read these 3 questions again? No. Now, how many questions are we left with? 4. So it's going to be easier. Now we will only focus these 4 questions. Please come to option B, Jeffersonian. It's paragraph H. Now, in the same way, you are going to skim read it. And when you are moving the pencil on what you are reading, your reading speed is going to be faster. Let's skim read it together. Jeffersonian view is that people should have equal opportunities, underline equal opportunities, but they do not necessarily avail themselves equally of these opportunities, okay, and are not necessarily equally rewarded, underline equally rewarded, for their accomplishments. People are rewarded for what they accomplish, underline this line. People are rewarded for what they, and accomplish means complete or achieve, complete or achieve. If given equal opportunity. Low achievers are not rewarded to the same extent as high achievers. In the Jeffersonian view, the goal of education is not to favor or foster an elite. Underline. Goal of education is not to favor or foster an elite, as in the Hamiltonian tradition, but rather to allow children the opportunities. Now underline, allow children the opportunities to make full use of the skills they have. What is it? Goal of education. Goal of education is to allow children the opportunities to make full use of the skills they have. My own views are similar to these and all that. Now please come back. Question number 7. It is desirable for the same possibilities to be open to everyone. Yes. And where is it? First line. Jeffersonian view is that people should have equal opportunities, but they do not necessarily avail themselves equally. Got it? So for question number 7, correct answer is B. Now please cross number 7 also. Got it? Okay, question number 8. No section of society should have preferential treatment. They didn't mention preferential treatment, but we will consider that. Question number 9. People should only gain benefits on the basis of what they actually accomplish. Let's go back. See that? People are rewarded for what they accomplish. So for question number 9, correct answer is B. Now what are we left with? 8 and 12. Okay. Let's go on. We are going to read question number 12. Everyone can develop the same abilities. Did they mention? No. Now listen. If you are left with 2 options and 1 option there, Jacksonian, so you don't need to read. What will you do? For the rest, if you do it properly, For the next two questions which are left, just write C and your answers will be right. But anyways, we'll not do that. I'll just tell you the reasons and all that. So question number 8, what is it? No section of society should have preferential treatment. Preferential treatment means you are intelligent, I prefer you to the other one. Preferential treatment. And what is question number 12? Everyone can develop the same skills. Now let's go to Jacksonian. Paragraph H, second part. The Jacksonian view is that all people are equal. All people are equal not only as human beings but in terms of their competencies, that one person would serve as well as another in government or on a jury or in almost any position of responsibility. Any question? No section of society should have preferential treatment at the expense of another. All people are equal. Let's go on. I'm reading this third line. In this view of democracy, people are essentially intersubstitutable except for specialized skills, all of which can be learned. All the skills can be learned. Which question? 12. Everyone can develop the same abilities. What is the word for skills? Abilities. So for question number 12, answer is C. And next we are left with no society, section of society should have preferential treatment at the expense of another. Let's read on. In this view, we do not need to want any institution that might lead to favoring one group over another. When you favor one group over another, what are you doing? You are having preferential treatment. So no section of society. What is the word for no section of society? Any institution. They use the word institution for section of society. So the answer for this question is C. Got it? And by the way, if you're left with two questions, one person blindly, if you've done the first ones wisely, then blindly you can do that as well. Okay.